Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist here, and it's time for another Edison Spotlight. So, one card I think all of you should be playing if you guys are playing Edison format. I think you guys need to invest in a copy of Gale the Whirlwind. This Blackwing is probably hands down one of the top 5 tuners of the entire format. And it's pretty simple. Number one, he has a whole archetype that supports him. That's good. 3 stars is an amazing rank or like level for tuners. And this guy has an unbeatable effect. So let's start with that. 3-star Darkwing Beast tuner. If you control another Blackwing with a different name, you can special summon this guy. And then once per turn, you can target a face-up monster your opponent controls. The target's attack and defense become half of the current attack and defense. So, just real quick. Cards like Shrink and Lost Wind, which you guys see me use a lot of in Speed Duel and Shrink a little bit here in Edison format. Not that I've played any original builds of my own yet. Yeah, Shrink and Lost Wind, they refer to having the original. This halves the current. So you can Shrink first, then Gale, and actually take it down to 1/4 of its starting power. And for some cards, that's just way too easy to beat them. In fact, by that logic, you would be able to double and double Gale. And that would mean that with a single Shrink and him, he could take something that is up to 5,200 points worth of written stat. And I want to say the highest written stat right now is still 5,000. And it's shared between, I want to say it was Dragon Master Knight and, oh boy, Dragon Master Knight and 5-Headed Dragon. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. There's been a few sets in between when I've been paying attention. But back to Gale in the spotlight. So there's an entire deck based around the Blackwings, and it's fantastic. The fact that he's a winged beast means, and I don't have the card sitting here, you could use things like Icarus Attack in order to, maybe they want to get rid of him. Maybe there's a trap hole situation. Well, Icarus Attack. Trap hole says when it's normal summoned, means he's on the field. I can respond to tribute him first in order to pop 2 other cards that you have. It's not the same as trying to call out priority for his spell speed 1 effect when I'm using a spell speed 2 trap card. It's a little different. It is playable. Since he's a tuner, he immediately gains benefits from utilizing him with cards like Brain Control and Mind Control. These are both limited to 1 at the time period, and they both let you take control of an opponent's monster card. Now, Brain Control lets you do a lot more with it. You can tribute the monster, you can attack with it, whatever. You can't declare the attacks or tribute with Mind Control, but that doesn't matter for synchronizing. So as long as you're going into a synchro play, you're good to go. And he makes a great teammate for other cards like Cyber Dragon, which was very popular at the time. You could play Cyber Dragon, go into Gale, do the Shrink, and then pop off an 8-star. So if we're just interested in like which tuners he can or synchros he can make, you could just list all of them for real. Or we could talk about some of the tech stuff he can do. So obviously, he could do anything he wants to do. Brio, Black Rose, Allied Justice, Goyo at the time period. He'd be 3 of the 9 stars for Mistworm. The combination between those 2 boys up there is Red Dragon, Arcfiend, Stardust Dragon, Thought Ruler Arcfiend. It is Colossal Fighter on 8, while being able to have the target first. One of the coolest things was being able to tag or tack in a Blackwing Armor Master. So it's non-specific non-tuners. It just requires a Blackwing tuner. And all of our decks still played so many 4-stars. So realistically, this guy let us just add this to our extra deck. And now we have a monster that can't be beaten in battle, that we take no battle damage from. Can we focus, please, camera? There we go. And then, if this card attacks, you place a wedge counter on the monster at the end of the damage step. It can hold a maximum of 1 on any card. Remove wedge counters, reduce the AD of the monsters that had them to 0 until the end phase. So he goes around, he smacks things, he removes counters. He lets everybody beat up everything. And then, like I said, if it's a synchro out there, he helps you make all of these. And in fact, another goofy one he can do is he could play Zemin the Ape King. because he is going to be a Dark Tuner. And again, there were a lot of decks that were using Super Nimble Mega Hamster in order to attack Raikou more effectively. This means that by adding Gale into that same deck, you gain access to this rather easily because the Hamster's 4 stars, Gale's 3, Gale's Dark, the Hamster's a beast. So then again, you get this effect, which is essentially an Ancient Gear. If this attacks, the opponent can activate, spell, or trap until the end of the damage step. You get the additional, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can select that monster and send one monster from your hand or side of the field to the grave to negate the attack. Now, that is not a once per turn effect. And it certainly would not have been back then. So again, you get cool plays like this when you start tagging it in with those other cards. Again, he's searchable through things like, let's see if we can find the Sangan. I just had it. He's searchable from Sangan, which makes him good. If you were playing some Gravekeeper cards, and again, this was shown in Billy Break's deck, this was shown in the Gravekeeper Burn, the one card I keep having to proxy up, it allows you to even play into the Arcanite Magician by being the perfect 3-star to these 4-star spellcasters. And it allows you to just say, okay, cool, this was special summoned by the Synchro. We're going to get 2 counters. It's going to be up 2,000. It's going to be a 24 by itself. And we can remove spell counters from our side of the field to target a card that the opponent controls and destroy it. So, I mean, again, it's just all fantastic. It's all insistent on the previous layer, and none of it is possible without Gale. I mean, I guess it is possible without Gale, but you're going to need to find another 3-star tuner who gives you all of these benefits. And again, we can keep going. He's Dark. If you're playing Allure of Darkness, if you're playing Chaos Sorcerer, if you're playing Dark Armed Dragon, these are all instances where Gale is an A1 pick. So you know what? I'm going to stop saying he's top 5, and I'm going to go as far as saying he's top 3. Okay? Top 3 gets you into so many cool synchros, allows him to be so versatile. He is the epitome of what it means to be a tech staple. So with that, I'm just going to leave you there. Hopefully, at some point, we'll get this guy in Speed Duel. I don't think we should, if I'm being 100%. It's not that I'm against Synchro. I think I'm just against a Synchro tuner that is this good in something that's supposed to be more of a casual format. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this little spotlight. We've got a bunch of cool stuff coming up this week. Just a couple more of these historic decks, and then I'm going to start building my own stuff. I think actually I want to find something in the vein of like an Ancient Gear build to see how they were working back then, to give myself an idea what to do there. So for now, my friends, you enjoy this, and I hope to see you guys again next time. Remember, take care of yourselves. Mental health is super important and should always be prioritized, and you guys are definitely worth that. And I hope to see you guys later. Peace.